All right, good morning, guys. Ooh, trade desk after earnings. Not super bueno. Hey, Rob. Yeah, thank you, sir. No, I was just really tired. I had a went to bed super late, so I turned off my alarm. I was just it was like 2 a.m. before I got to bed. I get up at 6:30 to do this, so I'm like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to no way I'm gonna have a good day tomorrow if I actually do the stocks power hour, so I opted not to. Great trip debacle of 2019. Yeah, I saw that. It's yet another reasons why you don't hold through earnings. We're seeing that this morning also with TTD Trade Desk, which was looking good, down about 12%. Um, on the flip side of that, you've got Roku, which is up 13%, doing pretty good. And then on top of that, you've got Control 4, which is up like 40%, which is holy crap, that's crazy. So lots of craziness on earnings, which is why it's difficult to basically walk away. Yeah, I saw INS. Yeah, it's up way too much. Way too much. Just crazy. We mentioned how small the market cap was and the institution count, which is probably increased as of yesterday. I don't know, but this thing's gonna get to $1 billion pretty soon. Although the way the market's going right now, we got about I think 3 and 4 in terms of distribution days. 3 distribution days on the Nasdaq, 4 distribution days on the S&P. So still in normal territory, meaning we still have a few days of garbage trading to do. Volume's been very heavy. Um, we got to see what happens today. But we're starting to get up there. We're already down about 5%, 4.5% on the Nasdaq. So obviously that's not good, but it is what it is. Atlassian yesterday, I was looking at this one yesterday later in the day, playing with a breakout level here. 117.45 is the high of yesterday. Its previous high was, a couple of weeks ago right there. So gap down after earnings, but coming back pretty strong. And yesterday just having a great day. Today looking like follow through a little bit. One of the few that's actually looking pretty good. So it's been difficult to say this is a buy here or not due to the general market condition. But without forecasting, we're still in a confirmed uptrend. Oh, they have uptrend under pressure. Yeah, these guys change their story, don't they? Yeah, uptrend under pressure. So if there's one more distribution day, they'll put the market in a correction. Um, so, hey, what's up, Eli? All your stocks are dead. GPK Burke structure. Oh, yes, it did. Oh, Tesla's one of your stocks, Eli. And we kind of stopped rallying there and started rolling over. Respecting the trend line. Nothing coming back yet. I wonder if that's some short covering right there. That could be. Roku looks like it's continuing higher on earnings. So they lost a lot less than they were supposed to. I guess that's good. Okay, actually looking pretty good here. You got a double bottom if it's not a flat base. It is not a flat base. It is a double bottom, and your buy point is 71.67. So we're up about 3.6% on a pretty good day. This, if you want to jump in front of this general market, Roku right now is technically a buy up until basically the highs. But yeah, if you want to jump in front of Roku, exactly, Justin. It's pretty much one of the only things working. And this morning it's working really well, but with the general market kind of fading on us here. Not so sure it's a great decision to be jumping on anything aggressively at this stage of the game. So, I don't know, more aptly to short Roku with the market down 1.4, 1.5%. Roku up almost 15%. Seems like a better short, but I don't jump in front of that freight train either. But it's still definitely very, very elevated. Even on good earnings in this kind of market environment, it's hard to put new money at risk. You can see there's a sea of red on my global watch list. We got 3% taking up the bottom part of my screen here. And we got negative going in the top part of my screen, so not a whole lot. CDNA, Roku, and Control 4 with Pergo already selling off. TZA's triple short the Russell. I mentioned I really don't do a lot of shorting. If you do want to short, though, you may be in the last stages of before you don't want to do that. Shen, NIO here. Elliott waves. Wow. Mylan says it's up, but look at yesterday. Huge gap down on earnings. Atlassian still holding up above the buy point. So Atlassian being the other one right now that is pretty good. Atlassian and Roku both above buy points, but just barely. Just barely. What's the other one? FTNT. How are you doing? Oh, you gave up the buy point and then some on earnings. Yeah, that's right. So there you go. Yet another reason to get out before earnings. Doesn't always work out that way, but it really, really is detrimental to your account if you get too many of those, and unfortunately you don't quite know what's going to run, what's going to drop, so you just have to kind of let everything go. IAC was up in volume yesterday, down today. Market down 1.6%. Yeah, we mentioned Beyond that did not have a proper buy point. Yeah, there's a good selling day right there. But this did not have a proper buy point yet. Now you probably have your buy point, I would say, at 85.55. This could be our high. We could be consolidating this for a number of weeks, maybe months, and then that could give you your buy point right there. Burger King got a big pop. Wow, and they did what they should have done is they sold that. That is a big pop. That's a huge pop. That's a double, basically. That's crazy how. Is this Burger King? Doesn't say. Berg is, Chanticleer Holdings. Oh, Burger King's down here. I don't know what this is. Amazon gap down. Yeah, market continuing its sell-off here. Yeah, Amazon with a little gap. See what the other biggies are doing. Apple. Microsoft with a little gap there, selling off. We mentioned Amazon, Facebook. Filling the gap right now. And then back to Apple. Completing the circle. Big gap up, big selling day right there too. Look at that opportunity they used to take profits right at Why do I have a trend line there? Was that just a... I didn't draw that yesterday, did I? I must have drawn that after that top was in place. No way I could have guessed that good. All right, mark at 1.5. Trying to bounce. It's bouncing around that 1.6 level. I'm surprised Roku's still up 17% and still going into highs. Wow. Actually, a little bit surprised about that. 1.62. A limited possibility here that maybe Roku isn't quite as market isn't quite as bearish as it looks, but I don't know, just with one stock running. Well, I guess there's more than one. So, funny thing, my lists came back on my thing here. Look at that. Those are my turnaround trades, day trade strategy, daily movers, actionable list 5G. Daily movers right there. Funny stuff. Control flow, Roku, PRTY. Not sure what that is. TSG moving as well. Tapestry. Oh, that's 20. That is 21st Century Fox. Look at that gap down. Wow. Why did they gap down so hard? That's crazy. 319? Yeah, it doesn't go back that far. $319. That is a huge gap. Oh, that's funny. I'm just looking for Fox A News, just trying to get some deeper news. And one of the headlines that shows up on Google is couple must pay nearly $600,000 for removing oak tree from their property, judge rules. I'm like, huh? That's an interesting. Talk about getting sucked in, right? Oh, they uprooted a nearly 200-year-old oak tree from their property? Wow. Moved a 180-year-old heritage oak tree to another home they built adjacent to the property. What? The couple sold their house for $8.45 million after the ruling. Okay, I'm done getting distracted. Maybe FinViz. Let's go to FinViz. I should have done that to begin with. Instead of Google searching for news, that's stupid. All right, let's look for news. March 19th, there we go. See? Disney prepares to close on Fox deal. Fox News begins trading. '21st Century Fox announces completion of distribution in connection with Disney acquisition. Hmm. That's so weird. Roku, 18% now. I mean, may already be past the buy point. Yeah, 7.5% above the double bottom buy point for Roku. Wow. Market 1.8% lower. I can't imagine Roku's going to pull up the NASDAQ. I can't imagine NASDAQ's going to pull down Roku. But it's not yet. It's definitely not yet. That's pretty amazing right there, to be quite honest with you. That's pretty amazing. And Control 4 is still up there, man. INS down 7.62%. I mean, it had a huge day yesterday. Just massive accumulation days here. Yeah, the best you can hope for today is a reversal, about 1.84, 1.85% now. Looks like we're breaking this trend line in the NASDAQ, which has held us up pretty much this entire leg. That could do some damage if that actually closes below that line, which also coincides with the 50-day moving average, which has held up ever since our follow-through day right here. $1.87. Man, fucking Roku's still rocking. Damn. Maybe this one won't stop today. Who knows? If they're taking that many positions down. Well, I guess this is right at highs for Roku as well. Trade Desk down 15%. Taking it on the chin and continues taking it on the chin. That's huge. That's a 25%. Maybe the entirety of the base. It is kind of mirroring its run over here. Had a move up. Upward trending acceleration here, and then a big down day, a little bit of continuation down to the 200-day moving average. Or I'm sorry, 40-week move. This is the 40-week moving average for Trade Desk. So also keep in mind this was in the previous bear market right here where it hit that. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Market 1.85%. Roku pausing a little bit up here. We'll see how this consolidation holds. Hey, what's up, fella? Yeah, I'm good. I just didn't sleep well at all the previous night, and so I would have got like 4 hours of sleep if I would have done the stocks show here. So I just decided against it, and I'm glad because I had a good day. Otherwise, it would have been a horrible day. Why does your Fox A go back to 313 and not show a gap? 313. I am not sure there, Rob. I'm not sure what platform you're on, but you could check to make sure that you're getting that's like not even 6 months. It's not even like a round number. I don't know. Now, they did mention that news article I was reading, which I still have up. They mentioned where is it at? So Fox Class A common stock and Class B common stock are now listed on the NASDAQ under Fox A and Fox respectively. So it could be that you're looking at Fox instead of Fox A. Well, let me look at Fox, I guess would be a thing to do as well. Maybe they don't aggregate the two together. They may not aggregate the two together because that's what it states here is that they started they issued a new class of stock. The Fidelity may not show the full history, whereas maybe for some reason TD Ameritrade here does. I gotta write a check for $3 real quick. Before I forget. All right, 1.57. We've come back a little bit. Roku almost 20% now. Damn. Really just not stopping. Maybe Roku will pull the market up. Ate that little consolidation. Just ate it up. Gone. On 1.66% now. Tapestry Control 4. Look at you, buddy. Did you get purchased? They got purchased by Snap AV. You're fucking kidding. What? Are you kidding me? Holy crap. Oh my gosh. I know that means nothing to you guys, but I've spent 15 years in the AV industry, and I actually am a dealer of Snap AV products. 680 million? 29.31 okay. Merger. Wow. So wow, I haven't done an AV job in a while, but that is crazy. How can Smart or Snap, how can Snap buy Control? That seems weird to me. That seems very weird to me. Look at that. Remember we were looking up here at 37? They got them for 24. It makes sense, honestly. I mean, if they take it private, which is what it looks like they're doing, it's very smart, because I don't think the audio video industry is a burgeoning industry in the way that a lot of publicly traded industries are. Oh, led by Snap AV CEO. I wonder if they're going to go away from the dealer model. Holy crap, that's crazy. I probably got an email from them. Well, I guess they have been buying a bunch of brands lately. They bought Sunbright. Yeah, they bought a bunch. Let us down with your insider information. Yeah, no insider info to be had here. I heard nothing about this. Yeah, like I said, I really haven't been in the AV industry for, I don't know, 4 years now. So I'm like, why is this thing stuck up at 40%? It hasn't budged. Well, when something doesn't budge in the stock market, they were bought out. I was thinking, who the hell would buy Control 4? And Snap AV kind of makes sense. All right, yeah, I'm really taken back by that, guys. I got to be honest with you. That's crazy. Roku looks like maybe trying to stall out a little bit. Again, we'll see if this gets bought up too. NASDAQ 1.86% lower today. This thing's got to hold something, 1.9%. When I say has to hold, doesn't mean like I'm saying it's not going to drop. I'm saying if it doesn't hold, it's going to have a lot bigger losses. And IBD has the thing under pressure. Today's definitely going to put it in marketing correction if our volume is over yesterday's volume, which so far it's looking pretty good for that to actually be the case. I may actually sell and go cash today. Seems to me to be a pretty measured sell-off, which is not good. Undercutting lows there. Let's see if it holds. It's trying to. Oh, you see those trades right there? Watch that thing tick. Boom, 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 boom. Watch it go. Watch it go. There you go. I'm a singer. Oh, it bounced back. Roku holding just under 20%. NASDAQ trying to march back. Definitely a bunch of distribution here. Trying to get away of the whole tariff fight. You know, interesting enough, IBD had an article. Let's see if I still have it up. I do not. Let me go look for it. They had an article regarding tariffs, and they didn't say it outright, but it kind of looks like Trump may be screwing his greatest economy ever with his tariffs, according to this article, if it's correct. And where's the research news? Let's click on news. There we go. Oh, Beijing's bargaining chip, Trump's re-election. Oh, wow, I didn't think about that. That's a good one. Trade desk earnings, top estimates, revenue outlook, inline stock plunges. Everything's plunging. 1.84%. Where's this article? I probably just search tariffs and I'll get it. Let me do that. Five, six. China tariff threats punch stocks today, but index shows bullish reversal. No, this was a history. These tariffs. No, oh, there we go. Yeah, here we go. This is it. I'll put a link to this if you guys want to read it. Whoops. And I'll pull it up here too so we can look at it. Pretty good article, I think, by IBD here. If you guys, IBD is actually pretty right wing, so they've not been a Trump. They've not bashed Trump at all. They're pretty neutral, but their commentary is definitely pro Trump policies versus anti-Trump policies. So you can take this stuff with, I think, legitimacy. So what they're saying here is that stock market reaction to tariffs. Wall Street's seen this before. The end is not good for Wall Street. So we have they disagree. So economists differ on how much blame the Smoot-Hawley tariffs deserve for the Great Depression. They also disagree on how much credit President FDR deserves for the reciprocal tariff act, which put the U.S. on a path to lower tariffs. But the stock market had no trouble in choosing sides. So they walk you through 1929 here. They're not saying that's to blame for this, but they're saying it definitely could have been there's definitely, it could have had some effect, but they're not blaming 29 on tariffs by any stretch. So they got one here. House passes the legislation right there, but it's not clear it'll become law. And then number 2, stock market crashes. Number 3, Hoover ignores economists and signs Smoot-Hawley here. And then you can see the carnage that follows thereafter. FDR becomes president 4. Now these are weekly charts, keep in mind. These may even be monthly charts. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These are monthly charts. Okay. These are monthly, so. FDR unwinds tariffs. FDR becomes president, number 4. And then number 5 signs the Reciprocal Tariff Act to cut tariffs right there. So again, they're not saying that those tariffs caused this crash. And I actually don't even know what the hell the Smoot. Let's Google this real quick because I'm actually not familiar with this. Impending protectionist trade policy sponsored by Senator Smoot. Raised tariffs on 20,000 U.S. goods. Yeah, come on. Tariff levels. There we go. Okay. Whoa, 59%? Tariff of abominations, 1828. Morrill tariffs, 1861. Total imports, dutiable imports, I get it. And we've been in low tariffs ever since the 80s. Well, actually, we've been in a tariff drop. Average tariff rate. So he wants to bring it back up to the low range of the average tariff. And we've definitely had, well, actually, I don't know if we've had too many. We don't have a lot of information on like the Dow Jones going, because the Dow Jones really didn't start until around the turn of the century, 1880, 1890, I think. So it looks like we're still in some fairly new territory. The only tariffs looks like you have in what you would call stock market as we know it today would probably be normal tariffs, and then we kind of had 1910, 1920. I'm not sure what the market did during that period. We know what the market did 29 here, but again, we don't know if that's completely attributable to the tariffs. And then ever since then, we've gone pretty much anti-tariff. And I think we've seen what that can do to which is good, I guess. When the Kurdistan of Austria failed, global deficiencies of Smoot-Hawley tariff became apparent. Imports decreased 66% from 4.4. That's pretty big, man. That could cause a Great Depression. U.S. imports decreased 66. Exports decreased 61%. Wow. That is horrible. Gross national product fell in 1929 to 75 and 31 and bottomed out at 55 in 1933. But in 1933, I think we were recovering. We recovered right there. And I think that was the market maybe being forward-looking. Maybe it did have to do something to do with tariffs. Again, I'm reading this for the first time, so don't. Hey, what's up, Christina? Estimating the effects on increasing tariff and non-tariff trade barriers on worldwide trade during the period. He concluded that real international trade contracted somewhere about 33% overall. Estimates of the impact on various factors include a 40% because of declining gross national product in each country, 8% because of tariff rates, 5% because of deflation-induced tariff increases, 6% because the imposition of non-tariff barriers. Huh? Okay, so he's saying 8% contraction and 5% of deflation-induced tariff increases, so that's about 13% of the 33%, I think is what he's talking about here. The new tariff imposed an effective rate of 60% on more than 3,200 products and materials imported into the U.S., quadrupling previous tariff rates on individual items, but raising the average tariff rate to 19.2 in line with averages of the day. And unemployment was at 8% when Smoot-Hawley was passed, but the new law failed to lower it. The rate jumped to 16%. There's some contention about whether this can be necessarily attributed to the tariffs, however. It was not until World War II that unemployment fell below 19. Wow. That's 20 years of horrible unemployment. Hmm. Huh. Interesting education there. All right, so IBD says tariffs are bad. Smoot-Hawley says tariffs are bad. Okay, let's see what circumstances differ here. What can an investor conclude from this? Expectations surrounding Smoot-Hawley affected the market, and the run-up to the Reciprocal Trade Act triggered a rally. Yeah, the run-up to the Reciprocal Trade Act. They're like, they're not going to let this thing go on forever, so they bought it. Circumstances, though, differ today. The U.S. economy is growing, yet other things are similar. In 1930, 1,000 economists warned Hoover in a letter on May 3rd of this year. 1,100 economists echoed history when they warned Trump not to take the tariff path. There's no sign the recent letter had any more effect on Trump than it did on Hoover. Yeah, right. Trump still has time to correct the mistake. Wow, IBD says that Trump is making a mistake. That's pretty big. Trump, I won't say IBD is a Trump supporter, but they're definitely not a Trump hater by any stretch of the imagination. If he doesn't settle the tariff issue, the stock market could face trouble unless Trump's stance on tariffs proves to be a negotiating ploy, as tariff stance will create regime uncertainty in the stock market. I'll give you my personal take on this is that I don't know, man. Trump likes to talk really big, and sometimes he does take big action. I don't think Trump is stupid. I think he's foolish in many circumstances, but I don't by any means think he's stupid. I don't know if he'll actually raise tariffs or not. I think he may like his legacy too much to actually do it. If he does do it, I think the stock market's down 5% that day. And I don't think Trump wants that. Keep in mind, in reality, what investors are doing here is thinking about what Trump's going to do. We're down 1.82% today. Craig has thoughts on shorting the SPY. I mean, you can if you want to, absolutely. I mean, we don't have any Trump's in the middle of this negotiation right now. I don't think he's going to change and flip-flop on his position very, very soon. So this could see further downside. If he announces no tariffs, reversal of the tariff policy, or they come up to a 10. In all honesty, I think the best way to get out of this is Trump to make some sort of an agreement. I hate using the word deal these days. Trump needs to come up with some agreement with China during this visit. Any agreement, and it's a win. Any agreement. and the market will reverse its course. Any agreement, and the market will reverse its course. If he walks away with this with no agreement, he's missing the bigger picture. Because keep in mind, this is what the market is doing when they think something is going to happen. We're down about a little more than 5% off the highs right now. Actually, 4.5% off the highs right now. If we don't walk away with an agreement, I think this is because keep in mind the market hates uncertainty. If we walk away with no agreement, this market's down 2-3% gap at a minimum. At a minimum, 2 or 3% gap down. You saw what we did today. Let me go to the Qs, which actually will show the gap. So we gapped down a little bit today. Really, I don't think there was any news. Not to my understanding. I didn't wake up and look at Trump's Twitter, so I have no idea. Roku, 22% almost. Wow. Go Roku. But, I mean, really the big story is this whole tariff thing. If he was in negotiations with China but wasn't threatening tariffs, I don't know where we would be right now because we probably wouldn't have had this whole bear market over here. But regardless, it's not very good. The market sensed the first shot in a tariff war. Okay, let's see what they have to say about that. Trump began slapping on tariffs July 23, 2018 when he put them on washing machines and solar panels. Many more tariffs have been added since. How's the stock market fared since that shot heard around the world? Nasdaq gained 7%, S&P 2%, Dow Jones has been flat, Russell's down 2%. From Trump's inauguration, the last stock session before the tariff war started, Nasdaq rose 33%, Dow Jones 32%, S&P 25%, Russell 19%. Okay, so you can see here that they're ending on a Trump positive. Again, I told you this is not a Trump-hating publication. Yeah, so basically what IBD is saying, Trump needs to reverse courses on tariffs or we really stand a decent possibility of a horrible market correction. Another one. We've already had one. We could have a second one. Is basically what they're what they're saying here. 1.9% down now. And looks like let's see if we break 7,500. Yeah, so like I said, in my opinion, the best case is that Trump has some kind of an agreement with the Chinese. Tariffs are removed. I forgot that we actually already have some tariffs on the books here. Tariffs are removed, and we just move forward. Now, I do like what he's doing with trying to take a stand on intellectual property rights. Obviously, that's really bad for United States companies if the Chinese can basically just copy whatever we decide to do and manufacture through their country. But obviously the businesses don't seem to care too much because they're still sending business over there. So kind of an interesting dichotomy with the free market. You basically have, two different sets of rules, but a free market between the two different sets of rules. And so far, it's hard to say who's actually coming out ahead, but in that one, we shall have to see. So, market down almost 2% on the NASDAQ. There you go, 2% down on the NASDAQ. And I'm actually going to have to go here pretty soon. Ethan, are you ready to go to school? Teeth brushed? I see your hair's done. Your backpack put together? Okay. Is your brother up? No? Okay. Is mom home? No? Okay. NASDAQ 2%, undercutting. Not a big fan. Not a big fan of the undercut. Man, Roku just doesn't care. Roku's like, yeah, that's fine. The market's selling, but people are still streaming. 2.06%. Roku's got to give into this if this continues. Roku's got to give into this. I'm just intrigued why Roku's still holding so high. All right, 2.08%. And sitting right there at the lows is the NASDAQ. Sure, go ahead. Huh? What? Okay. All right, so we're undercutting the 50-day here. We're definitely under the 50-day. You can see the blue bubble there above the red bubble on the right when I highlight on the blue bubble. So we're definitely below the 50-day on the NASDAQ. We'll kind of see how that works out there, but could be for the S&P could end up being a double top situation. If you go back to 2015, you end up with this. We could do something like this. We came back up quickly. We ran it all the way back over. That's definitely, I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility, just to be quite honest with you. I really don't think it is. I think that could happen. Again, if Trump's got to reverse this and fast, otherwise the confidence is going to be gone. If he sticks to these guns, it's going to be bad for his best economy of all time. I don't know about the economy, but, well, if he slaps the tariffs on, it'll be bad for the economy. Inverse N pattern, is that a thing? There's an M pattern, which is the opposite of a W pattern. A M pattern is bad. Get back to the NASDAQ here. Sorry, I was reading some stuff here, guys. Race was looking good yesterday. I bet you that's garbage today. Yeah, not garbage, but not doing too good. Keep typing NQ Mobile minus the thing. All right, 2.10%. Definitely not a great day today. You know, one thing we had today too, we had a there was a marijuana stock that came out today with really bad earnings. I wonder if this MJ trade is dead. Right, MJ. Let's see. Was it Cron that had earnings? So they had a small profit. INS, Cyber, Huya, INSG. INSG got hit. Oh, there you go. Now they undercut. All right, Nasdaq now back up to 1% range, 1.98% instead of 2.1%, which is good. Da, 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 da. I can't see the name. What's it? What's the ACB? Was that it? No, they're only down 2%. But you can see MJ today not looking very good. Looks like looks like it was trying to come back here and kind of trying to bounce back off here. At least I was hoping it was. I guess it wasn't looking like it was. But undercut of this little trend line here at a maximum this level here at about 32, give or take. 32.9. Something like that. 33. Getting back beneath that probably won't be very good. Languishing for a while, but we'll see. Nasdaq 2.05 back above 2%, lower. Riot down 10% today. Wow, Riot's really taking it on the chin. I wonder if that means really bad for... Yeah, Bitcoin's just been stubborn up here at 6K. Hasn't failed yet. It's been very, very stubborn. Getting some negatives today. EOS down 2%. But the Nasdaq not looking hot here. We definitely could see a lot more red in the future, especially if things don't change on the China front. It's got to change otherwise. Otherwise, we're done, and we probably could see a retest of lows. If you guys haven't taken profits already, I would consider doing so. I think I am probably going to move to cash sometime today if we don't have a very strong bounce out of this. I mean, very strong bounce. Just to protect my gains that I've made in this run up here. I don't want to let too much go off the table. I'll be happy to get back in. I'll also be happy to stay in cash for a month or two as things work themselves out, if that ends up being the case. Trade desk down 17%. Wow. You can see sometimes how fast the leader can go, and it's not gone yet. You can see on the weekly we haven't undercut. We got to hold that 180 point right there so we don't undercut. If we do undercut, that would be resetting the base count. On trade desk right there. But that's just one stock of many that are in potential. Man, Roku, 23%. Damn. They don't want to let this one go, do they? Wow, I'm still not touching that, but that's tremendous. That's tremendous on Roku's part. We saw that when it was a little bit about 1% or so above this buy point. Now it's about almost 11% above the buy point, which is right there in this double bottom base. There's your double bottom base in Roku. If the market reverses here, Roku could definitely be a market leader. I mean, they're not selling this. No one's selling any of these shares. I'm not even sure where they're buying shares from. Well, because there's no one selling. I'm just kidding. There's always someone selling. Anyway. All right, guys, I got to go. I got to get my kid to school today. Don't know where mom is this morning, so I got to go take care of that. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully you sleep good tonight as well, and I can make it. Tomorrow is Friday, so we'll see how that goes. But, man, go Roku. All right, guys, have a good one.